Hello, happy 2025. I'm so excited. I'm excited for this new year. I'm excited for this next chapter here with Lavelle. If you're seeing the My GLP testimonies, oh my gosh, super awesome, crazy. I've not gotten mine yet, and I'm being really patient and anxious all at the same time. And it's okay because I know that they did over $4 million in orders, and the warehouse is probably moving their little honeys as fast as they can, like the little elves in Santa's workshop. And maybe we need to grab some of those elves. But I know it's coming. They did tell me mine is on the way. It's just not showing it like that. So yeah, Susan, we need to storm the Dallas warehouse. Okay. But the testimonies that are coming in, y'all. So I have a Moto Mom friend. She is a Thriver. She normally is Thrive Classic. She on day one sent me an emoji or a dancing gift thing. Like she's like, this is how I feel. Like she's already like, I feel so good. Today she said, OMG, my husband is stealing all my GLP. I was like, what? And she said, he was like, with how you've been the last few days, I'm going to give it a try. Now, every morning he is like, hook me up, babe. And
Yeah.
she said, I'm like, get your own, bro. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all, that's a testimony in itself. The husband has seen her thrive and knows she orders it, knows she takes it, knows she likes it. But whatever he's seeing in her and how she's acting and what she's getting done on my GLP, he's like, give me some. So that right there is testimony in itself. And I think we need to make sure that we're continuing to talk out loud, share out loud, be in your stories, be in your posts. Make sure you're wearing your GFT where it can be
Well,
seen. I know it's cold, but figure it out, right?
I
Talk
said, I
it out,
understand, and that's
be
probably
about it.
why I said, but I also said to him, I said, but I knew I wasn't going to be your best man in your wedding because
All right. So there, those are muted. Okay. Um, Also, if you're not in the customer my GLP VIPs group, make sure you get with us, make sure you're in it. I've tried to post that link everywhere. The testimonies coming in there are crazy. The support in there is phenomenal. It's great. It's amazing. It's organic growth of people sharing with each other, people helping each other. I freaking love it. That's what this community is about. Okay. Well, next announcement. Get on the call tonight. Get on the call tonight. Get on the call tonight. Do not miss the call. I'm so excited. We can talk more about that later, but get on the call tonight. Okay. Um, Katie, let's jump over to you. What are your thoughts 2025? Let's just kind of roll with here's how we're kicking off the new year and y'all take notes. Like you're not Katie, you're not me, you're you, but you can utilize what we're doing and make it you yourself and take those things and go with it.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Hi guys. Okay. So my first rule of 2025 is to never talk about 2024. It did not happen. I'm convinced 2024 tried to take us all out. And so Jason had even said in Cancun, and I love this about Jason, is he's never gonna fluff anything, he's never gonna sugarcoat anything, he's gonna tell you exactly how it is, right? And I remember he sat there in Cancun and he was like, let's address the elephant in the room that 2024 was a hard season for a lot of people's businesses. Things were up and down. There was a lot of uncertainty. We had the election that was crazy. We had inflation, the price of everything's going up. And it was a really uncertain time for a lot of people, right? And so businesses saw that. I love that he was transparent about that. And so if that was you last year, it was not you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your business. It's not Lavelle. It's literally a nationwide thing, right? And Amber and I had even talked. I reached out to her like full transparency. I was like, Amber, what in the F is going on? And she said, think about like 2008, the housing market crashed, right? And everybody thought it was the end of the world. Small businesses were struggling and people were losing houses. Like she was a hairdresser, right? She was losing business and people couldn't afford to get their hair done. And then what happened is we bounced back, right? And so things will always go back up. And so I've always had that mentality that's like quitting for me has never been on the table. I just kind of accepted the season, rode the wave. And I know that when you show up during those seasons, those hard seasons, honestly, when the last thing that you want to do is show up, or when it's the most important to show up. And so I showed up through and through in 2024, despite the ups and the downs, despite the people leaving, despite, I mean, everything. We had good months, of course, obviously, but we also had some not so good months, and I just stayed steady through it all. So 2025 is a brand new season. I feel like we're turning a page here. We're turning a new leaf, and the GLP, literally, I feel like it's a whole new company launch. I genuinely feel like we just branched off and created a whole new, like, little mini company within Lavelle with this GLP. I don't know about you guys, but like I can't scroll on any platform without seeing GLP being advertised. And it's mostly like the injections. No hate to anyone that's on the injections, but right now it's a new hot thing. It's a highly sought after thing, and we have a holistic way to help people increase their own GLP without injecting them with synthetics and stopping their body's production, right? So this is going to help them increase their own GLP. And so I'm running with that. I am on day 4 today of it. I got mine. Sorry, Amber. I know I feel bad sharing it because I got like Tommy and Q are watching my stories and they're like, "We're gonna come rob you." I'm like, "No," and so I feel so good. I will tell you that tongue strip, like it says not to take it before bedtime, and I'm like, okay, like it maybe gives you a little bit of like an energy thing, right? Wow, like I'm telling you, 5 minutes after you slap that sucker in your mouth, you feel it. Like you really do. I'm like, what is happening, right? Like you think you feel good when you take your capsules in the morning. Wait till you put that strip on your tongue and then come talk to me. And so I'm sharing about it. I know right now, obviously, orders are not opened up. So what I am doing is I'm getting people their free account, obviously, because and at first I was like, why am I going to talk about it if people can't order? But this is going to create that urgency when I say, hey, it's not even available right now. Like this was pre-launch. Let me get you a customer account. Maybe get them started on the 3 steps. Maybe grab them a detox so they can detox before they're able to order the GLP. And that way they have their stuff. Yes, yes. See? And so they're able to still get in the system. They still get their customer account. They're still getting the emails. And then you have your back office with your list of customer accounts where you can go through and you can follow up if you don't have like a paper or a notepad in your phone. So I'm still talking about it. I'm still creating the excitement about it. I'm sharing about it. I'm trying to stay compliant the best I can. I know like we have the form that says like what we can and can't say. So I'm trying to stay compliant. I keep referring myself back to that the best that I can, but I'm just running with this. I'm done. You know what I mean? There were so many times in 2024 where I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I wasn't feeling it. There was a couple times where I had to go to Amber and I'm like, I'm struggling. Like, help. But I'm done with that. I feel like whenever you're in a season of wondering, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Or I'm struggling or things aren't going the way I want them to go, get up, put your phone off, and go out and create something. Go run, go get around people, go create some content. Like we preach the freedom that this business can bring us, and then we're slaves to our phones. You wonder why we don't have content to create? It's because we're slaves to our phones. Go out there, mingle with people, get people on Thrive, have locals, meet up with your team, do content days, go out there, and that'll help you have the content to create. And I'm just kind of like talking, Amber. You can tell me to shut up anytime.
Keep talking. Stephanie's stuck. Like she was in, she got kicked out. She can't get
Oh,
in. I don't know. So we're waiting on her. So yeah, no, keep talking. Like you're on a roll.
I'm just talking here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with this business, I've never been the kind of person that quitting was never on the table for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been all in. Even through every single season I've been all in. I work this business. I can't relate to the people, and like please don't take this the wrong way, but I cannot relate to people that have the like half in, half out mentality. Like I work this business every single day like someone's trying to steal it from me. You know what I'm saying? Like this business literally saved my life. I was able to come in, pay for Christmas, bills are on auto pay, the auto bonuses, like I'm home with my kids. I've been home with my kids. For 8 9 years now, and I was a stay-at-home mom before the vow, but it was tight, like it was hard and we were struggling, and so now I'm able to still be a stay-at-home mom and it's not struggling like that at all. So yeah, I'm diving in with both feet. 2025, I mean, my year is authenticity. I think I lost myself a little bit trying to be like everybody else, and I find myself falling into those patterns sometimes. I don't know why I do it every couple of months where I'm like, oh, how is she posting and how is she sharing? And her PPA is 30, so I need to show up like her. And and when I do those things, my personal business tanks because I'm not staying true to me, right? Like I was mass enrolling when I was going live with a messy bun and a binky hanging out of my bra. I was going like literally, I was mass building and mass recruiting and mass growing when I was going live and just doing unboxings, like mailing unboxings and being myself. And hey, I love Jesus, but I drop an F bomb here and there. And like, and that's who I am. And I stopped trying to fit into the box because, oh, well, that person's doing good and they're doing that, or this person's doing good and they're doing that. I have to come back to being me, right? Because I don't know. I just don't want to be a different person than me because your network loves you for who you are pre-Lavelle. And so stay that person for your network and they're going to love you through it. I'm just going, Amber, talk.
I love that. Hold on, though. I love that your network loves you for who you are. They don't follow you for somebody else. Like they don't follow you because they want to see Kim Kardashian. They follow you because something about you drew them in. Okay. That either you're already friends with them or somebody found you on social media and something about you and the way you act and the real and raw that you are, whether your real and raw is a messy bun with a binky hanging out of your bra, or your real and raw is always done up, like it doesn't matter. That's you, right? Like I know people that I know them personally. I've spent the night with them and lived life with them. They don't, I've probably seen this one person that I'm thinking of without makeup one time. One time. Like that is her. She's like, I get up, I put my makeup on, I take it off right before bed. Like if I happen to see her before she gets into the bathroom, that's when I'm going to see her without makeup, but that's who she is. So it wouldn't be her normal to go without makeup, you know? I'm like recently embracing not put on makeup every day. Um, just when I get out of the house, right? So, all right. One thing, I want to make sure that y'all are, I keep trying to see if Stephanie is back. She keeps
I
getting,
saw her comment. She said that there's two of her now, so I don't know.
oh, okay. I'm gonna make her co-host. Okay, Stephanie, I don't know. I only see one of you, and I'm making you a co-host. So if you can unmute, go ahead and start talking before you get kicked out again.
Dude, Zoom is freaking possessed today. There was two of me, I kept getting kicked out. I'm like, what the H? So I'll just hurry up and talk before Satan comes into my life again. But as you were sharing, I gotta share this, what you call it, this GLP. Got my GLP pre-launch kit today. I officially started in the AM. I effed up though. I hear after 5 p.m. and I forgot about the warning label on the strip and I went ahead and I tried it. Girl, I am jacked to Jesus. I am now cleaning my house, throwing everything out and starting all over, making a whole bunch of content. I haven't even taken my caps yet, just the strip. This is insane. So, and as she's jacked up to Jesus, I mean, that is a true thing that happens when you're taking this GLP. Yes, Holly, it was you. So, those kind of experiences, you guys, share. Yes, we are all waiting for our GLP. Thank goodness that my customer down the road, she is gone for the month of January. I went and stole hers, so that I'm going to swap hers, but mine is even still pending. So we all just got to keep our panties nice and tight and just keep watching for whoever. I don't even know if it's going to be FedEx, UPS, USPS. I don't even know if Jesus is going to deliver it himself, but we just got to stay patient. It is coming. We know that. And that's one thing that is so important that we got to tell our customers. Everybody's so eager. They're wanting to know. But like Amber Maria said, $4 million in that very first launch, that is a lot of effing orders. So it's coming. It's coming. Balls. What was I going to say? Oh, the things that we're doing in 2025. Again, yes, not talking about 2024. That year never even existed, like WTF. But what I have started this year is I'm truly in build focus mode. Okay. I saw what December did with GLP. Okay. I saw the sales. I saw that GLP check. And that was just like, holy shit. I had a flashback to 2021 when we were all making that money. Everybody was like, Steph, oh my God, my check, my track. I'm like, welcome to Thrive. I told you. And so that is the kind of mode I'm in. So and I don't know if people are going to think that this is a bitchy thing to do as a leader or not, but like raise your hand or number one, if you have tried to work with people and you just can't wake them up, they're just not ready. Life has happened to them and they're just not ready. But you see everybody in this chat and you're literally talking to yourself, right? Duh. Stop talking to yourself. Get in there, be raw and real. Hey, you guys, I'm starting out with 2025. I am ready to grow. I just saw what December did to me, and here I go. I'm going to start a new chat. So if you really want to run with me on 2025, get into this new chat. I've done that to a shit ton of my chats, and honestly, the people that haven't even responded, some of those chats are only 2 or 3 people in there. And that is okay. You run with those 2 or 3 people because that's all that it takes to get your business up and hopping and the excitement. I feel like a chat that is so chatty and you have excitement in there is way better than a chat that you're trying to feed somebody and they're just giving you the F-bomb, like not even willing to try or anything. So get out of chats that are not working for you. Start new chats, start excitement. Only you as a leader can bring that excitement. Like, don't expect anybody to do it. Don't keep saying my team's not doing this, my team's not doing this. Start doing it for your team. Start showing up more. I have a lot of people who are like, well, how could have I gotten GLP samples, or how can I get this? I've been here for all of these years, but how can I get recognized? Okay, 2025, if that is a goal for you to get recognized by the company, PPA, enroll. Okay, they are constantly looking at that customer acquisition. They're constantly looking at who is showing up, who is doing Corp Zooms, who is doing all the things. So don't be hiding behind a phone anymore and expect, well, hey, I'm here. I'm here. Where's my thing? Show up.
Can I jump in on that?
No.
I want to. Okay, I want to jump in on that because imagine if that were your marriage, okay? If that were your marriage and the husband wasn't communicating, wasn't responding, didn't talk to you, just sat in his chair in the living room your whole marriage, but was like, well, what? I've been here. I'm here. Like, imagine what that would be like, right? Like, that's not a marriage. So it's the same in this business. You can't just be here like, well, I've been thriving for 7 years. I've been here. Okay, but are you here? Are you here? Are you loud and proud thrive? Are you out loud about it? Are you asking your leaders and uplines, what can I do? Are you hosting your own Thrive and Mingles? Yes, that like incentive part of it is done, but you having events and getting into your community and inviting people to hear about Thrive, to learn about Thrive, to see what people are experiencing on Thrive, that's how you grow your business. That's how you show up to corporate. That's how you become a freaking millionaire. Like, that's what you do over and over and over. Sorry, I got a little.
This boot camp. Who's
Yes.
in this boot camp? If you're
Yes.
not in the boot camp, honestly, what are you doing? If you're not, don't be in this boot camp just to be in this boot camp. There's so much great information. Like, I love the September to Remember one. I love this one. Y'all, Siobhan killed it last night. Like, I am so freaking proud of her. And she was scared shitless. Like, she would message me and Amber constantly like, hey, I'm so scared, but I need to step out of my comfort zone. I'm like, woman, just pretend that you're just talking to your team. Don't overthink it. And she killed it, and she looked absolutely beautiful doing it. So stepping out of your zone, doing those things, that's how you're going to be seen. So I challenge all of y'all to get onto Amber's top PPA, and who knows what she's going to do for you. She's doing this awesome mastermind thing. Like, that's how she chose people who are showing up, who are doing the frick.
Okay, I just had that and you took over, so I'll take over while you have that. Okay, so with that, let's talk about that. So yes, I'm hosting a mastermind, and a lot of people are like, well, how do I get in, and how can I want to come, and when are you doing another one? Okay, so here's the deal. I picked off of PPA, and then I picked off of nominations from leaders. Who is working? Who in your team do you see working? Who's a good leader? Who's committed? Who's consistent? So these are things that if you want to be in the next one or wherever I pop up next, whatever I'm doing next, get involved, be seen, get new people. I'm going to be doing more of these masterminds. I'm going to do a West Coast one next, and then we'll kind of just pop in and out and see what all wherever. But hosting your own events, your own Zooms, your own calls. Are you depending on the company and your leader, or are you making shit happen? Like that's just what you have to do is you have to make it happen. And Katie just grinned because she knows I don't cuss that often. She was
Me
like,
neither.
I heard that. Okay, so yes, and Janelle does one at least once a month in her little tiny Colorado town. Sometimes it's her and two other people, sometimes it's 10, but she is consistently doing those. Guess what? She has an amazing PPA. She has an amazing customer retention, and she's at my dang mastermind. Okay, all right. So let's talk about the boot camp some more. If you are not in it, make sure you get in it. We've all been sharing the links. You can get them in our team pages. Ask Stephanie, ask Katie, ask me, like get in it, make it happen. Don't stress out that it's already the 7th.
Tonight is 6:30, right? Not 7 because of the call.
Yeah, I never saw Starla say exactly what time, but here's the deal. They are live, so if you miss it, you can watch it after the call tonight. You can watch it in the morning because during the September to Remember, when it wasn't cold, that happened to be right during mine and Jason's walk time. And for us, that was our time together. That was my non-negotiable, if you know his health history and all the things that we dealt with this year. So my non-negotiable was that time of us together. So I watched it either right after or I watched it first thing in the morning every day. And I get in there, I watch the video, and then I go do the task. So what I was going to say is about that, don't just watch the video, get off and go, yeah, that was good. Watch the video, take notes, watch it back if you need to. That's why it's there. I've watched Katie's twice now. Because I missed it the first time and then I was watching it and I was like stopping and starting and I was like, I want to watch this fully through. But get on, watch it, take your notes, whatever, and then go do the task. But also, what stood out to you, right? What is the thing that makes you want to do what they were talking about? What triggered your brain of, oh, that was a great idea. I needed to do more of that. Like Siobhan last night, as scared as she was, there's like 3 things that stood out to me where I was like, I need to do that. I'm going to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm totally doing that. Like, don't this is why you watch these, because you can hear from other leaders things that maybe you used to do but forgot about. Right, we get into a consistent rut sometimes. Maybe you need to shake it up. Maybe you've never heard of doing it this way or that way and try it out. Right, okay, Katie.
Yeah, so I wanted to can you hear me? Okay, so I wanted to kind of piggyback off of that as well, because I had heard something a while ago that for the longest time I was like the personal development queen, right? I was like podcast, book, and then I was like, but why am I struggling? Like, why is my PPA 0? Why is my PPA only 1 right now? I was like consuming all the things, but I wasn't putting it into action. I wasn't doing it right, and so for every 1 hour of personal development that you do, or for every one Zoom or every one live video you re-listen to, I want you to go and then actually put it into action and actually get it done. Focus on building new, host the events. I know the Thrive Mingles are over now, but the locals, get in the living rooms, get new people in. I've always followed the 80-20 rule. So 80% of my time when I'm working my business is spent building my business. I'm not calling anybody out in particular, but I'm just going to say it. I bet some of you guys live in the chats. I bet some of you guys live in chats, live in pages, live watching the replays. But why are we not out there growing our business? You know, your chats aren't going to grow your business. It's great to have, yeah, Krista, I see you. It's great to have the relationships and it's great to cultivate that community, but that's what Palooza's for. That's why we hop on these Zooms and we collaborate. That's why we do those little locals and things to get to know our team. But 80% of your time should be spent building your business, going out, getting out samples, getting new people on Thrive, introducing people to the opportunity. I have been so confident in sharing the opportunity the last, couple of months with this GLP. I've said it to people. Literally, I have said, I'm going to make $1 million with this, like with or without you, but it would be so much fun to do it together. Like I've said that to people. I've said this launch is going to create new 6-figure earners. You going to be one? Like, you're gonna be one, or it's gonna create new millionaires. You're gonna do it with me?
Say
'Cause,
that
like,
again, what you've been saying. Say that again.
what? The launch is gonna create new six
Right
figures.
before that, the part something with or without you.
Oh, I said I'm gonna make my next million with or without you, but it would be more fun to do it with you.
That
Like,
right there.
yes,
That
and
whole
like,
thing. Guys,
period. Because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. My feet are planted, right? Like, I'm here. It's gonna happen for me with or without the next person. But like, how fun would it be to do it with me?
and maybe you don't want to say million, okay? Maybe
I do.
no, I know you do. But I'm just saying some people have already they heard that and they're like, "Well, I'm not going to say that. I don't think I can do that. I don't trust enough in myself to
I'm
believe
gonna earn my
big."
car bonus with or without you.
Exactly. It's like you don't have to we want you to believe bigger, but we want you to believe what you can believe and start where you are, right? Baby steps. So yes, if it's I'm I'm gonna go make money every Tuesday with or without you. Like that's simple. That is simple. I'm gonna go earn my auto bonus with or without you. I'm gonna go earn the next getaway with or without you. It'd be a whole heck of a lot of fun to take you with me.
Yes. And here's the thing though, is if you I want you to dream big, but like don't dream so big that you scare yourself, right? Like obviously you want big goals, but like if your goal's 12K, scratch that, make it 12. If your goal's 12K, scratch that and make it 40, right? Like my goal, my next thing to hit is the Millionaires Club, but it's like I'm thinking beyond that. Like I'm thinking of when Tony's up there with me grabbing his sign too. Like I'm thinking, whatever your goal is, think one step further. And so this GLP launch has just made me so much more confident because, like Steph said, like we all saw December, hello, and that was a pre-launch. Can you imagine when it actually launches? And so I'm out here sharing about that. 80% of my time is talking to new people. I'm chasing the conversation. I'm not chasing the sale. Too many people are stuck chasing the sale. I've heard, oh, well, when my mom and my cousin just get back to me, when my neighbor just calls me back and gets her balance, well, I'm sorry, cool, your neighbor wants the balance, but that balance is not going to make you a 12K. That balance is not going to get you to 40K, 80K, 200K, or a Millionaires Club, right? And so if you're waiting around for the same three people and you're waiting on the sale, you're going to be waiting forever because I could pull up my follow-up list right now from when I started in 2017. Some of the people, I check people off as I get them in the system. Some of them are still not checked off from 2017. Can you imagine if I was still waiting on them? And I don't get butthurt over the nose. I don't get butthurt when I'm ghosted. I don't get butthurt when I'm ignored because I'm so busy talking to the next person. If you don't want this, that's fine. Thank you. Next. It's not personal. I get emails from Old Navy, from Fashion Nova. Do you think the CEO of Fashion Nova sits down and cries when I don't order during their sale? Or I'm like, hey, I'm not interested in that right now. They don't care because somebody else got that other email and they're ordering as I'm deleting the email and unsubscribing from the email. Somebody else is ordering from that email, right? And so I'm so focused on the next conversation. I'm talking to so many people at any given time that if you don't want this, I don't even have the time to sit down and woe is me because the next person is asking how to sign up. So chase the conversation, don't chase the sale. It's not about the number of people you can plug in. The more conversations that you have, inevitably, the more people you're going to enroll. You can look at someone with, that's already earned the giveaway, like Janetta Joseph. I gotta shout her out because, like, after Puerto Rico was announced, in like 4 days, she earned it. And I was like with the volume, she had like $3,000 in like new volume in like a week, and I was like, what? Like, how? Wait, hold on, how? And she's like, girl, I'm just talking to everybody. That's what I'm just talking to everybody. So she's not more equipped than me. She's not more worthy than me. We're all just as equipped. We all have the same resources, the same 3 steps, the same comp plan. We all have the same qualifications for every single rank and every single getaway, but she was talking to more people. That is it. So if you're sitting here going, oh, well, they enrolled 10 people and I enrolled 1, well, they talked to 10 times more people. So go out there and chase the conversation.
And let's talk about conversations because several leaders, not just Lavelle leaders, but several leaders in sales, not just network marketing, but they have talked about you need to be in the goal is 100 conversations at once, to always have 100 conversations going. That does not mean 100 conversations every day, right? That means connecting with, having conversations with, continuous revolving door, right? It's not the same 100 people. And sometimes one person, you talk with them once a month, but there's another person coming in every day that you're revolving door talking to, engaging with. Guys, utilizing your stories and the fact that you can direct message in your stories is such a great tool to get into conversations, to get to know people, to create new relationships, to develop trust. I want to say when she said, I'm chasing the conversation, I'm not chasing the sale, I did write that down. I'm so posting that. I'll give you credit. But can you imagine? So I'm going to take you back almost 11 years, well, over 11 years. November 2013, when Maria messaged me, and then we talked on the phone, and I pretty much busted her bubble. And I said I wasn't interested, but I did say I would create a free account. And then she would send me like a fan page story, and she would check in on me, and she would say, hey, there's a special get free DFT this weekend. Are you ready to thrive with me? Can you imagine if she had waited for me to answer? No, she just sent the message to me, and she probably went and messaged 100 more people. That's how she has as many direct 200Ks as she has. That's why she's the top earner in the company. Because when she started this in October, she just freaking hit the ground running, and she's never stopped. Y'all, that was 11 years ago. She's never stopped. She's constantly been in those 100+ conversations. And that's how she is what she is, and people will say, oh, I wish I got lucky like Maria. I'm the first person to go, well, she get lucky. She works her ass off. Like that's not, like Susan Kaufman. Susan Kaufman works her booty off. Like Susan Kaufman, I'm like, I aspire to be, because she's my friend, one. But two, like she's just rocking and rolling at customer acquisitions bonus, rocking and rolling at bringing in PPA, rocking and rolling at crushing getaways on her account and all 4 of her family members. like it is crazy. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of juggling plates. But you know what? It can be done. Laura Wells talked about this at the Cabo Mastermind. And it's funny that she talked about it because it's one of my most favorite stories. Roger Bannister. If you don't know who Roger Bannister is, go Google him and you can read like the whole story. But and I don't remember the year, he was the first runner to break a 4-minute mile. It had never been done. It had never been done ever. He was the first one to finally break the 4-minute mile. And then guess what? Once he broke the 4-minute mile, more people, the next person broke the 4-minute mile because they see it can be done. It can be done. You no longer think, well, it can't be done. This is as much as can be done. This is as best as I can do. The more people that you see that are earning customer acquisitions, the more people you see that are getting PPA that you're like, what? How did they do that? They're breaking that ceiling, proving to you that you can do it too. They are showing you what can be done. You just got to get out of your head, get out of your own way, and break down the bricks that you've built in front of you, stopping you. Break down that wall and run through it like the Kool-Aid man. Like, that's really dating me. But break through that. You've built that wall yourself. So you've got to break through it. You've got to say, okay, I'm ready. I'm crushing 2025. And here we are running after this. Yes, my GLP is not available for sale again yet. But that doesn't mean that you stop talking to people. That doesn't mean that you stop getting new people in your social media, introducing yourself to new people, finding new friends, continuing the conversations in stories and your follow-ups, getting people on detox. If people are like, well, I'm going to wait for my GLP. Okay, my recommendation to you is to get on detox. Let's get detox and thirst in your body. Let's get all that holiday fluff and all the inflammation and all the things out of your body. So when GLP comes back out, you are ready, sister. Like, be confident in that one phrase right there. What is it for you? But be confident in what it is and crush it out there. Stephanie, Katie, you both look like you want to say something.
I was just gonna say when you were talking about that, like when the GLP launches, there's going to be two kinds of people. There's going to be the people that are getting the orders in the system, and there's going to be the people that are not. And the only difference is the ones getting the orders in the system are the ones talking about it now. Educate your network. What is the GLP hormone? What does it do? Why is ours set apart? Why is ours special? I have a notebook here. I literally have like 6 pages of names that I had before the pre-launch even launched. And when the pre-launch did launch, I had like 15 people order it. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, like how did you get so many people? Like it just launched. Well, you just posted about it today. I've been talking about it for 3 weeks. What do you mean? How did I do it? Like talk about it now. Talk about it now. That's all I gotta say.
And if you're not talking about it, you're going to miss out when it's fully launched. Like literally, even if you don't have it, that is why we have all of these testimonials. Share them, get into your stories and say, you guys, I just got this testimony from a girl that's using GLP. I cannot wait to effing get mine. I'm so excited. Like bring the excitement. I have 3 today. There was like, what's GLP? What is this? And here I'm thinking this last one, I'm like, God, I thought everybody saw me talking about this nonstop and in my stories. No, this algorithm is pushing out even more. By the way, Mark Zuckerberg just said this whole thing. It's all over the news and everywhere that he's going to go back to what Facebook and Instagram used to be. So if y'all are in Facebook jail like me till March and Instagram jail for a fucking year, he is stopping all of that. He is going back to the fun, the freedom of speech and what it was back when they started like in 2007. So I'm like, finally, a smart woman told you and you listened. That's what I just started thinking. But like get into that. You have to talk about it. You just have to talk about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, well, I can't. It's out of their price range. It's out of their price range because you're not talking about it enough, I feel like.
Well, and you've already told yourself. If you're saying it's out of their price range, you've already convinced yourself that it's out of the price range. You've already convinced yourself that you can't sell it. I love when somebody tells me, well, I'm not a really good salesman. I'm like, you just convinced me that you're not a really good salesman. You just sold me on that.
But here's also the part where I got to, like, there was a time where I got like, shit, like I can't even get anybody to order the 3 steps right now. And GLP is $225. Who the fuck am I going to get? Because I had 22 people order GLP that first day. 22 people. Everybody wants this right now. And it is like the biggest, hottest thing going around, but ours is all natural, not a shot. You see the results, you see the testimonials in just a week of what it's making people feel like. You got to talk about it.
Absolutely.
You need to stay out of people's pockets. Like you don't know someone's financial situation and like people's priorities are different, right? Like the same person that goes, oh, 160 is too much. They're out here and they just bought $100 freaking Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. I would never in my life, literally never in my life. Okay. My mascara is $6, but I prioritize my health, right? And so I would gladly, and I did gladly spend the $225 on the GLP. Everyone's priorities are different, but stay out of people's pockets. I used to think, and I've had this limiting belief before that I had to overcome, and it's like, I came in on the $400 pack, and I used to think for a long time I couldn't talk about it, because I'm like, who has $400? Right? And so what happened? I was bringing people in. The OGs remember the $100 pack, right? So I was bringing people in on either the $100 pack, which is gone, or the $200 pack. I never sold the $400 pack, literally ever. And then the first time I ever sold the $400 pack, I was like, oh, like, okay, people can afford it, right? So I started making it an option. I stayed the hell out of people's pockets, and I started selling $400 packs. And now 95% of the people that I bring into this business start on the $400 pack. Stay out of people's pockets, show them the value. Show them the value and talk about how, again, compliantly, the comparison thing, it's sticky business. I don't know. But like I have said, the GLP is literally a fraction of the price. I was watching a commercial the other day for Wegovy or whatever the hell it was. And it said, expect to pay out of pocket $650 to $850. Okay. Hello. $225 is literally a third of that. And so I'm running with it. It's all about perspective. If it's expensive to you, it's going to be expensive to other people, right? change your perspective on it. It's a fraction of the price of these other supplements, a fraction of the price of these injections, and it's holistic.
Okay, and I want to talk. So, Katie, bring me back here in just a second because I want to talk about the holistic side and how to market that and how to compliantly talk about it. But first, I want to say just on the pocketbook thing. Think about okay, my husband likes really nice things and exotic cars and things like that, but then he buys his clothes at Walmart. Okay, like it's the choice. It's I spend the money here. I don't care about this, that thing, right? Like you said, it's the choice. But there are salesmen at the Ferrari lot, at the Lamborghini lot, at the, even Lexus, Mercedes. They don't drive those cars. They may not afford those cars, but they sure as heck can sell them, right? So, like, remember that. Like, just because you currently may not be able to purchase something for yourself doesn't mean that there's not value in the product. And then when you turn around and you do get people feeling good on the product and you sell more of the product because you're talking about the product because you're confident in what the product does, you can afford the product yourself because now you're earning the commissions on it. Okay, so let's talk about the how to share compliantly. There's a couple things. Well, one, I want to keep you out of Facebook jail. So, one, make sure that you're saying, and I'm going to type it in the chat, but that when you type it out, you type my GLP together like that, because this is not a GLP product, right? This is called My GLP. Why is it called My GLP? Because it is a natural formula that is created to boost your GLP levels naturally within your own body. That's why it's called My GLP. It's not a substitute for a GLP medication. It is triggering your body to do what it's supposed to do anyway, but as we get older, it slows down. Okay. It's the same as if you were trying to boost your testosterone naturally. You can Google how to do that with foods and supplements and things like that. It's the same thing, but they have formulated it into one 4-step system, not 75 vitamins that you have to go buy and try to choke down. Okay. And we already know that Lavelle itself is a multi-billion-dollar company that has figured out how to formulate things to where they actually work and you actually feel them working and you actually see results. So lead with that, right? Compliantly, I'll just say you can go, if you go to your customer link, okay, so it's, my username.lavelle.com, that main page, click where it says My GLP. That in the user or in the URL bar, that's your direct link to My GLP. You can send that to people that want to know about My GLP. But you click that, scroll down to the very, 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 very bottom, and there is a compliance button. You can click that. It'll take you directly to a 2-page list of what to say, what not to say, how to promote it, blah, blah, blah. Please go read it. If you want your business to continue, please go read it. If you want to make sure that you're continuously making commissions in 20 years, please go read it. Like, I know some people are like, oh, compliance, whatever, whatever. I like my life. I like what we've built here. I am going to continue. Yes, we can talk about money in certain ways, but I'm talking about don't make medical claims, guys. Do not make medical claims. Do not make claims that they're going to, have loose panties tomorrow. Like, just read the compliance thing, please. If you value your business, please go read it. And then on top of that, continue talking about My GLP. Continue talking about a holistic approach to boosting your own GLP levels, right? Okay. I think that's it. Stephanie, Katie, y'all have anything left last minute? All right, guys, do the boot camp. Talk about My GLP. Get on the call tonight. 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 Stop building a wall of lies and disbelief in yourself. Break it down. You can take the bricks down one by one. That's really slow. Crush that bitch down and let's just go. Okay. Listen, I know Stephanie's looking at me like, what?
I'm liking this new Amber. Wow. I think we're going to get along a lot better.
I'm just ready. I'm ready for all of you because I believe in you. And sometimes I believe more in you than you do in yourself. And I'm ready for you to believe in you as much as I believe in you. And I'm like, let's go. That's it. All right. Bye, y'all. Happy New Year. See y'all tonight on the call.